Hello, Divine Feminine. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. My name is Tori. You guys, I am new to YouTube. I'm not too new to tarot though. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe on my video. I would love any of your comments and feedback. You guys, I don't want to take too much time because this energy right now is crazy. As you all know, we have the strawberry moon, full moon in Sagittarius today. And this is just going to be an update on your divine masculine. You guys, divine masculine has gotten some courage, some strength from somewhere. And he has some things to say to you. So, you guys keep in mind that this is a general message. All of the messages may not resonate with you. Please only take the messages if they resonate with you. Do keep in mind that energy is fluid and everyone has their own free will, okay? So, let's just hop right in. So, you guys, first of all, divine masculine right now just keep saying, everything is not as it seems. For some of you, I think that between now and by the time that Father's Day gets here, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be revealed, okay? I have been sensing some type of paternity issue for quite some time with your divine masculine, especially if they, of course, are in some type of karmic situation. There's going to be something to come out sooner or later about a child. Again, I know that may sound scary to some people. For some of you, this divine masculine already has a child, and he may actually find out that the child is not his child, okay? If this isn't your story, please don't try to force this story to fit for you, but that is just a warning for some of you. I would like to say right now, though, I feel like for some divine masculines, believe it or not, they actually could have a karmic partner that is leaving them. But unbeknownst to the karmic partner, divine masculine has in some ways been strategically planning this. I feel like divine masculine, some of them have been purposely trying to force the karmics to leave them because they did not want to be labeled as the bad guy, because perhaps they are choosing to or they made a choice a long time ago to try to get out of this situation, okay? But truthfully, many of the divine masculines have been trying to spare the feelings of this karmic person, okay? Power, yeah, exactly. Your divine masculine right now, I feel, is very much in his power, okay? He is not holding back anything. Some of you may have a divine masculine who has Leo in his chart, but this particular guy right now, I feel, and I do apologize by saying a guy because, of course, a divine masculine could be a he, could be a she. Of course, you guys take it how it resonates the most, but I always see reversing. There are no genders, of course, in energy, but here we just got the spiritual union card, and love begins. So, absolutely. Have the number 1, the number 2, okay? And then at the bottom of this deck, I have movement, choices, and decisions. Many of you, like I said, this channel message that I got was very strong. This divine masculine right now is all about stepping into his power. He has recognized you as his counterpart, and he's ready to start this spiritual union. I feel like many of the divine masculines have just recently gone through a huge awakening. Some of them could have just recently, honestly, I won't say that. I won't say the divine masculine has recently come out of a dark night of the soul. Your divine masculines went through a dark night of the soul quite some time ago, okay? But many of them now, they can no longer deny the fact that they know for a sure fact that you are their person, and that there is a situation that is blocking the two of you, a third party situation. And this divine masculine, I feel, is now stepping into his power, and he is deciding that it is now time for him to start the journey that is actually purposed for him, which is being with you. So let's just hop right into the cards and see what the story is. My deck was upside down. Yeah, divine masculine he's been juggling for quite some time. Juggling between you and another person, perhaps juggling with the idea of whether or not he should leave or he should stay. His emotions with this other person is always up and down. But divine masculine now, I feel, has been waiting for his ships to come in long enough, and spirit has actually come in and advised divine masculine that it's time for him to go. Okay, If he didn't have the strength to do it himself, I feel like Spirit has actually stepped in and told him, like, it is absolutely time for you to stop juggling in this situation. You know exactly where your heart is, and now it's time for you to actually make a move toward your divine counterpart, okay? I feel like in the future, there's going to be truth, clarity, healing. Many of you have dealt with your divine masculine, for quite some time. This person may be at a distance from you, but I do feel that in the near future, for many of you, this divine masculine is going to come in with this Ace of Swords, and he's going to tell you that you are the person that truly makes him happy. He's going to tell you everything about the third party situation. He's going to admit to you that he has had to heal. For some of the divine masculines, if they've had a lot of outdated thinking or conditioning when it came to um, life, love, relationships, much of that is shifting. If you have a divine masculine who, felt as though he could not leave a particular situation because, finances, his career, or because, perhaps he had obligations like children, he is now getting out of that energy. He's realizing now that he needs to step into his power and actually start this relationship with his feminine, okay? Yeah, yeah. Divine masculine right now is coming out of this worry, this mental anguish, this anxiety, this feeling as if he can't move forward. He's coming out of that. He realizes that whatever situation he has been in, he's gotten everything that he could get out of that situation. Okay, karmic situations are meant to teach lessons. This divine masculine has learned all of the lessons that he needs. He has actually been prepared for union at this point. Okay, yeah. Divine Masculine right now is thinking that he needs to end a situation. This ending is going to bring new beginnings. With the Magician here in the World card, again, it's mission complete. There are no more lessons for him to learn in the situation that he has actually been stuck in for quite some time. He has been in a self-imposed prison with another person. Okay? Um, but now I feel that he's ready to shed all of the things that no longer serve him so that he can actually start a brand new beginning with his divine feminine, okay? I feel like divine masculine with this Queen of Pentacles has been stuck in a situation with someone for quite some time, and it was based on finances. It was based on obligations. This was someone who, he had some love for this person, of course, but him and this person, they had made memories together. Perhaps they had started something together and invested in something, and he felt loyalty to that person. Divine masculine has had loyalty for another person. However, he did not have respect for that person. Okay? Because if he had respect for this other person, then divine masculine will not constantly juggle between you and that karmic person. Okay? And quite frankly, if you think about it, it's better if someone actually respects you rather than just being loyal to you. Divine masculine, for many of them, they refrain from coming into your life because they do have respect for you. Okay? And some of you really should give kudos to your masculine because of the fact that they know they're not ready for you, so they know that they can't come in and interrupt your life or disturb your peace. They continue to do that at home with the karmic. Okay? Yeah. So I feel in the recent past, your divine masculine, like I said, he went through something that he decided to really step into his power. Okay? You have the power card here with the Emperor card here in the recent past. There was a Scorpio full moon not long ago, and there's been just so many different things shifting in the cosmos. The energy has been very fluid and potent lately, and I feel that Divine Masculine finally came into the realization that he has to step into his power. Okay, he has rulership over so many different things, but the one thing that he can't seem to get together is his relationship with divine feminine. And I'm sure that it's very frustrating to a lot of the divine feminists. It makes no sense. Like, he can literally have a relationship with someone else. He's doing excellent in his job, his career. Some of them have businesses. They're doing great things. But however, it's like this person has not had the power to stand 10 toes down and just say, listen, I'm not happy. It's time for me to move on. Many of these divine masculines are coming out of their energy and they're ready to transform this situation. They're finally ready to end a situation that does not serve them. Okay? So this is their transformation that's coming. How does divine masculine feel? The Fool card here. Divine masculine is ready to take a leap of faith. He's ready to start something brand new. Okay? He's ready to drop the burdens of the past. If you look here on this card, um, you see this little flower that this guy is smelling. I feel like for divine feminine, she's the one thing that keeps this divine masculine going. Okay, he he's obsessed with her. He loves her. It may be from a distance, from afar, but he loves her. She is motivation for him. She's the prize. And I feel like right now he's willing to risk it all. So, what's been blocking the divine masculine? Divine masculine, I think, for a long time has been stuck in this energy of feeling like this situation was completely over. He tends to juggle back and forth. He tends to feel like he's not good enough. He feels like he has lost you for good because of a lot of his ways and the fact that he has not stepped into his true divine power. But I feel now like divine masculine is beginning to realize that he does have the power and the ability to actually bring this Two of Cups, his spiritual union, back together. You know, divine feminine has never asked too much of divine masculine, other than to be honest and to come at her the right way. You know, and I feel like now he's finally getting into this energy of feeling like, okay, maybe everything isn't over. You know, wow. What's next? Tower moment. You guys, this divine masculine, for some of them, like I said, I don't know what it is about the energies right now. Obviously, the new moons bring about a lot of um, exposure to secrets, a lot of closure, a lot of healing. People tend to manifest a lot. There is an energy here, though, where something is happening, and I feel like it's going to happen very suddenly. For some of you, like I said, this divine masculine, the karmic partner that he may have, she could tell him that she no longer wants to be with him. And of course, there's been memories in that situation. They have love for one another, but I feel that divine masculine will have the biggest sigh of relief knowing that he's actually free from that situation. Okay? There's something major here that's coming. Wow. And then what's next? Justice. This karmic debt has been paid. It's time for this situation to be balanced out. It's time for this karmic situation to end. For some of them, if they're married, they are going to actually be divorced. Okay? So let's just go through and clarify now, and then I will pull a few cards for the outcome and some spiritual messages to give some advice. So let's find out about these endings and beginnings here. Actually, yeah, ending. Look, Three of Cups. There's an ending here to this third party situation. Divine masculine is finally realizing now that, for one, he needs to celebrate being able to liberate himself from a particular situation that has wrapped up, it's over, it's done with. But divine masculine also is going to have to realize that he cannot have you in a third party, and his perspective about love and relationships is changing. Divine masculine has been in a karmic situation, I feel, with someone where he's been able to do any and everything that he wanted to do. Divine masculine, many of them, they have been with the karmic and they cheated on the karmic with other karmics. The karmic partner has allowed them to do whatever they wanted to do sexually, even if that involved bringing other people into the bedroom. And if that's what you're into, hey, no no judgment. But divine masculine is coming to a realization where he's saying none of that stuff is meaningful to him. That stuff does not outweigh the love that he has for divine feminine. Okay? So let's clarify this magician and Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel that it's interesting because divine masculine is in his power and he's manifesting a lot. But I think that he's actually stressed out with everything that he's trying to do to bring this situation together. But he's also very stressed out because he doesn't know what divine feminine is going to do. These divine masculines, many of them have not been in contact or communication with you. They've been planning their pursuit of action behind the scenes without you knowing, okay? and they don't know if you're even going to accept them back. So there is a lot of anxiety and fear that is here, even though things are shifting and changing, even though he's in his power. That's only half the battle. Because what if he does everything and then you still decide to turn him down? So I just got these three cards that came out at once. The Sun, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords, that's like divine truth and clarity here. Divine, and with the Sun card, I just look at this like divine masculine. Like I said, he has become enlightened about something. He's very much awakened. And with the Five of Swords, it's sort of like divine masculine knows for a sure fact that he has to win at all costs. He's been stuck, stagnant, and just in this position where he wasn't making any movement at all towards divine feminine. And it's like all of a sudden he woke up one day and he's just like, I have to move forward. Like, I have to get her. He understands exactly who he is now. He understands the situation that he's been in. He understands everything. I mean, it's sort of like, for some of them, their third eye has opened, and we all know once your third eye opens, you won't see things the same, right? There's also some things that have been exposed, and I'm telling you guys, for some of you, this may not be for many of you, but there's going to be something exposed about a child. I've felt this energy now for weeks. I feel like for some, and this is just a sideline story, but it may resonate. For someone out there, or for some of you, there's a divine masculine who has been in a household with someone, and that person has children, and they may have children with divine masculine. There's a child in that household that divine masculine has been taking care of and has thought was his child. I feel like there could have been a situation where the actual biological father of that child has never been around, perhaps did not even know about this child. That person is somehow going to pop up. Okay. However that story may play out, there's a biological father who will eventually be in the picture, and divine masculine is going to be devastated by this situation. Because for many people, the person that divine masculine is with as the karmic partner, they were dealing with that person while dealing with divine feminine, and could have possibly gotten a child with that person. So for many of them, honestly, justice will be served. Karma has not forgotten divine masculine and his wrongdoings towards divine feminine, even if it was 10, 20 years ago. Okay? Karma comes around like a boomerang. So there is something here, especially for my divine feminists. If you're dealing with a divine masculine who perhaps has gotten a child either while they were with you or during separation, they may find out that they have been taking care of a child that may not be theirs. Their person could have been in separation from someone, okay? I don't know who that story is for, but it came out. So with this Queen of Pentacles here, to just clarify with the Page of Pentacles, divine masculine and this karmic person, like I said, the heart of the matter is these two people, I feel they have assets and liabilities between the two. I don't feel like there is much love in this situation, but divine masculine knows that this person that he's dealing with is absolutely going to want money from him, number one, and also they may have to figure out what to do with some of the assets and liabilities that they share. Okay, for some of you, this person is married, or they've been in a very long-term committed relationship with someone where they may have a home, they may have a car, they have shared resources. Okay, and I think that has been his biggest blockage, is trying to really figure out how to get himself out of this. You guys, a lot of these divine masculines, they are not self-starters when it comes to this sacred union that they're supposed to be in. Some of them are great businessmen, they're great fathers, they're even good partners, but they are still very much codependent. Okay? Some of these divine masculines, they are creatures of habit. They don't like to make changes. So with these situations with these finances and all, they have not wanted to get out of a situation because they didn't want to make changes within this household or their finances. But Divine Masculine now is realizing that he has to actually speak his truth. Okay? He knows that. And he's holding back, he's waiting on the right time to speak the truth, and he knows that the truth has to be spoken. Divine Masculine not only has to tell you the truth, Divine Feminine, but he's also going to have to tell this this karmic person the truth as well. Okay? He's going to have to tell her that, you know, it's time to make a decision. He wants to transform his life, and transforming his life is him making a decision to actually move towards someone and away from her. You know, I do feel like this is going to be awkward for anyone. You know, no one wants to really go out there and just tell someone that they want to leave, especially because Divine Masculine, he's comfortable in the situation where he's at now, but he is suffering because he's not in love with this person. Some of these Divine Masculines, they feel like they are lying to themselves. You know, they're tired of deceiving themselves because they know that they do not love this other person and they're not fulfilled. Okay? So let's see how Divine Masculine feels with this Fool card. Yeah, look. Oh my goodness, the Chariot card? Come on. So literally, we have the Fool card with the Chariot. Divine Masculine is taking a leap of faith. He's like, I'm getting out of this situation. I'm starting new, no matter what. Okay, he's determined to move forward. I'm hearing tunnel vision for some of these Divine Masculines, getting away from this karmic person and reuniting and trying to reconcile with Divine Feminine is the main thing that they think about. So let's see about this Five of Cups here, which is the blockage. Yeah. Divine Masculine is afraid now that Divine Feminine will not accept him. Divine Masculine, he is very much aware of the fact that many of the Divine Feminines now are very single. She's self-sufficient. She's investing in herself. She may be building, her own business, excelling or accelerating in her career, her finances. And she has learned to be without Divine Masculine. She doesn't need him. She may want him still. Some of them and some Divine Feminines are not interested in this connection at all. They feel like it was a missed opportunity and they're moving on. But Divine Masculine is now afraid, I feel, of the power that Divine Feminine has. Okay? She's single, she's sexy, she's doing her own thing. She could actually be with someone else. And he has no idea what's truly going on. He just knows that he's ready to offer her something now. Whatever he wants to offer, though, I think it's going to come as a huge, huge surprise to you. Let's seriously just drop the card. 1 second, guys. Yeah. The Eight of Swords. Okay. So, for many of these Divine Masculines, what is happening is, I feel that they are just out of nowhere going to free themselves. The mental entrapment, everything, it's just going to be completely over. And I think that it's going to come suddenly. For some of these Divine Masculines, like, they've been stressed out, they've been psyching themselves out of this, opportunity to move on for so long. But I think that, again, for some of them, it's like they're just going to wake up different, This enlightenment, this new energy, this new balance, just everything, it's falling into place. Okay. don't know why, but the Four of Cups just tried to come out. So yeah, for many of these divine masculines, it's just like they they're pouring out the things I feel that just don't serve them in their current situation. So what's next? Healing. This divine masculine knows that he has to let go of something from the past, his old ways of thinking, of doing things, and he knows also that he's learned lessons, I feel, in this karmic situation that he's been in for quite some time, that's going to allow him to actually really nourish and nurture the connection that he has with divine feminine. For some of these masculines, they've been in long-term situationships with these karmic partners. Okay, now although no one wants to hear it, the truth is though, some of these masculines have had great lives with these karmic partners. Like I said, they've been excellent husbands, fathers, and everything. They were just with the wrong person. They were in a physical union and there wasn't an emotional or spiritual connection. But you will imagine everything that they've gone through and learned with that person. If they can then go to be with their divine feminine, where, they do have the spiritual connection and emotional connection, it's sort of like everything can fall into place. Okay? Your masculine is a manifester just like you. Okay? I feel that for many of them, though, of course, you may be more spiritual and they're more practical, but they are very strong manifestors in the physical. And many of you are spiritual manifestors. The two of you together, could have a very healthy, harmonious relationship, but you guys would not have had that if they wouldn't have actually gone through their karmic lessons, just like you've had to go through your karmic lessons in your spiritual journey. Yeah. First card out here is mask. Not showing true feelings. I feel like many of these divine masculines, for a long time, they hid how they felt. With the Phoenix here, it says new phase. Okay? New phase, rekindle, transformation, growth, change mind. This divine masculine, he's a phoenix rising from his own flames right now, He's changed his mind perhaps what he once thought, I'm always going to stay with the karmic because we have financial ties, we have mutual friends, it's what everyone thinks is the best option for me. He's coming out of that and he wants to actually take the mask off to be his true authentic self and be with the person who he truly loves, okay? This here's a date card, plan or set a date. I feel like divine masculine in his mind, he's planning a date to see you. For some of them, they may even be setting a date to travel towards you. Some of them are setting a date to propose to you, okay? But, however that resonates with you, I do feel like this divine masculine is coming towards you, okay? For sure. And now, keep in mind, too, for the divine feminine who's watching this, just because divine masculine comes towards you does not mean that the two of you will actually be in union, okay? Some of you may not want this person back, but I am just letting you know that divine feminine, you are on his mind, and look, with the boat card, he's coming towards you regardless. I have a card to drop. Yeah, this is the chaser card. It says chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. Many of these divine masculines, they honestly, there's a cord of codependency between both divine feminine and divine masculine, okay? But I feel that divine masculine especially has not wanted to join in a union with divine feminine because he loved her so much and he may have been afraid that at some point she could leave him, okay? But I feel like now he's ready to move on from another situation so that he can actually be in union with his divine feminine, One of the lessons that he has perhaps learned in his situation with the karmic is how to be more independent, how to be more true and authentic about how he truly feels. And for some of you too, this it sucks, but divine masculine is going to get a huge wake up call when he finds out, for some of them, that this karmic person that he has deceived his divine feminine for, and you know, not pursued his divine feminine in this sacred union, has actually deceived him. Many of these karmics have done some very ruthless things, and it's going to come out. You know, especially just imagine if this karmic has a child by someone else that divine masculine has been taken care of. They're going to feel pretty bad. So, here, interesting, the cards that just came out was forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I feel like, you know, this divine masculine knows that there are some things that he has to heal. You know, he's going to even have to forgive himself for everything that he's done to you, and he's hoping that you will forgive him. But many of them, like I said, if they've been in a long-term karmic situation, they definitely had to learn from it. But they're hoping that they can just get to know you all over again, okay? Because many of them, they want to marry you with the wedding card here. This situation involves marriage. Some of them, they want to marry you, but some of you, this divine masculine, he was married, okay? He was married and he needed to free himself from a situation, okay? And then I have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This divine masculine, I feel, has had some issues with his childhood. I definitely get a strong energy here of there just being some energy from like the just childhood conditioning of feeling like, you know, you shouldn't leave someone if you have kids with them or whatever. This divine masculine is realizing, though, that he was deceiving himself. He's deceiving himself into thinking that he can actually force this to work. You know, you can't live with someone for 18, 20 years until the kids are grown, or until you pay off all of your debt, or whatever, you know, may have been the goal at hand, and think that somehow you're going to grow in love. Like, I think that some of these divine masculines are just realizing that no matter what happens, they are not falling in love with this karmic person, and their love for you, it continues to grow. So, let's see. I'm going to pull from this Heal Yourself Oracle. Let's see, what is the main thing that divine masculine has needed to heal in order for him to step into his power. For some of you, you know, of course, if you're waiting on your divine masculine, if you know the thing that needs to be healed, this really helps you to send them positive, you know, messages of love and light, whether you're in communication with them or not. For many of you, I do feel that you will receive communication from this divine masculine soon. If you don't receive communication from this divine masculine soon, you may see or hear something about him in the karmic soon. Okay? And if it's something that is, you know, a big ordeal within the situation that he has dealing with the karmic, you may not hear from him, but you can be assured that once things kind of calm down, that you will hear from him. Okay. As long as it took those cards to come out, I think that the first thing we should assume that divine masculine is dealing with is throat chakra problems. He doesn't like to talk, and he's stubborn. So let's see. Wow. Exactly. What did I just say? Stubborn. Number 9, how teachable are you? Number 6, cycles. Interesting, but not surprising, right? I'm actually going to use the book to read these. So, how teachable are you? That is card number 9. And this is the Heal Yourself reading card. If anyone was interested. So, how teachable are you? It says, are you open to learning new things in your life? How high is your desire to let go of judgment, doubt, negativity, and self-sabotage? I definitely think that that's something that Divine Masculine has had to deal with for quite some time. And he recently, with this Emperor card here and the Queen of Swords, he had to actually tap into his power with the Power card here to realize, that he has to stop with the self-sabotage and the self-doubt. Let's see. I'm not going to read all of this, but it just says here, are you willing to give those things up in order to create time to learn something new? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? What is your willingness to really apply what you learn? You might be learning many new things, but be resistant to change. Every time you begin to think, I already know this, I've heard it before, this doesn't apply to me, your ability to learn diminishes enormously, and it is at this point you may become virtually unteachable without realizing it. Unless you apply what you have learned into your life, you won't really know it. Okay? So this is saying the Divine Masculine just needs to learn how to be open-minded. Okay? But he has to actually take, you know, actions towards changing. He has to change his habits. He has to build his own confidence, and actually move forward towards the things that he knows truly, truly makes him happy if he wants to transform his life, right? So the next card here is card number 6, which is cycles. Okay. It says, what cycle of your life are you in right now? What is the one area of your life where you need to focus most of your energy? And I don't know if you guys, like I said, for some of you, your Divine Masculine, it seems like he's always in a cycle, even with you. It's sort of like you can feel when he's going to come back, or when, a separation is on the horizon. But it's sort of like he is a creature of habit. Everything tends to go well in his life, but he cannot stay on course when it comes to his divine feminine, right? So I feel like that is one area of his life that he needs to focus on, is, a love for himself, and actually the love for his divine feminine, being able to give and receive love, right? So it says, is it time for you to focus on your family? Do you need alone time to discover your true purpose? Do you yearn to open your heart and love fully, deeply, and passionately? Is this a time for healing and regeneration? Maybe you are completely ready to enthusiastically concentrate on your life purpose and put all your energy and effort into making your dreams a reality. Each cycle you encounter offers you fresh gifts and possibilities to grow and learn. The better you become at identifying the cycle you are in, the more flow and harmony you will experience in the choices you make. Wow, I love that. Yeah, like I said, like this divine masculine here, you know, spiritual union and love begins. He's going to have to actually put some effort and energy into loving himself and being able to love you in this connection. Okay, so divine masculine, let's just see what he may need to surrender, and then I'm going to go ahead and close this reading out. Divine masculine, what do you need to surrender in order to go into union and reconcile with divine feminine? Surrender low self-esteem. It says you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. That's beautiful. So for many of you, like, this divine masculine has had low self-esteem. Okay, he's worn a mask. He, self-sabotages. He's a creature of habit. He could not find his power to actually step into a union. So for many of them, they've been in karmic situations, and that karmic situation for all of them may not actually be a romantic partner. For some of them, it has been a job that they needed to let go of. It has been, a living situation. Some of them have needed to relocate. Um, some of them have family ties that are just toxic, that don't serve them, but they have had a serious issue with tapping into their actual divine power. But there are shifts and changes that are happening now, where this divine masculine is coming to realize that he does actually deserve love, okay? And so he's definitely moving towards the divine feminine. But, for many of them, because they are functioning in a higher vibration now, they are trying to release the things around them that are of a lower vibration. Whatever the third party or karmic energy is around them, they are releasing those things so that they can come to divine feminine with, you know, a solid offer. You But what I will say is that for many of these divine masculines, you guys, this change is happening quickly. This is very, very, very fast changes. Okay. So, you guys, this is a reading that I have for divine masculine. I am going to start posting more frequently on my channel, so I would love so much if you would take the time to like, comment, subscribe. I really would like for us to be able to interact in the comments. Let me know, if you have any suggestions for me. Of course, you guys, I am new to YouTube. I think I've been on YouTube uploading now for about 2 weeks, but definitely am open to suggestions from you guys, and hopefully we can create our own little tribe here and continue just figuring out how to tap in so that no one goes without. All right, so you guys, last part here is believe in the impossible. So if in fact you are feeling like, oh, this couldn't be my divine masculine, he's so far gone, I can't see him waking up, Spirit is saying believe in the impossible, because he is coming towards you. Okay. So you guys, claim this message. I thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, I love you much. Bye.